Shop. Show me something natural like Afro with your bra. Show me something natural like ass with some stretch marks.
Hi guys! I know I look crazy, but it has to be done. I've actually never come on camera like without some sort of like face weave on, covering up all of my impurities. But in this video, I will basically like show you guys how I detangle my hair, and it's gonna be like a little chit chat video. I'm gonna show you guys how I detangle my hair after like I have a long-term protective style, and how I just like make sure that I hold on to the most hair as possible. Guys, like what my hair looks like right now. So as you guys can see, it's like kind of gross up here. Like you can see where it's like knotted up and tangled up, but we're gonna fix that. So let's start. I always like part my hair when I do this because it helps a lot. What you're going to need to do this is you're gonna need a Denman brush, like of any kind. You're gonna need a wide tooth comb, and then you're gonna need like a tiny little comb for when you want to like go into little places and stuff. And you might also need some shears in case you find like, you know, some single strand knots or whatever that you just want to like get rid of immediately. And the most important thing you're gonna need is a detangling spray. So the one I use is Johnson's No More Tangles detangling spray, and I got this on Amazon, but I know they sell it at Target as well. And what I do is like I spray this like a lot. I spray it where my roots are and stuff, and I just kind of like massage it to the hair. And what that does is it takes away like all those clumps. Whenever I have braids, like I love to slick down my edges and stuff, but what that ends up causing is just basically like a lot of buildup at my roots. And so how I get rid of that is through detangling spray of any kind. My hair is really soft after taking out my braids because while I had my braids, I like make sure I kept it moisturized with glycerin and water. I didn't really use anything else other than that because I had low porosity hair, and anything else would have just like sat on my hair and then led to buildup, which is honestly like so bad for my hair. So right now I'm just like combing out the bottom, and now I go in with my wide tooth comb and not the brush, and I start combing out those roots. So then after like one area is done, I finger comb through just to make sure that like I have everything. You have to make sure that your hair is very well detangled after you have like a protective style on for a while, because if not, like when you go to like wash it and stuff, you're gonna get so much breakage from like a whole bunch of tangles and a whole bunch of buildup. And then I just like twist it in to keep it away, which is like pretty typical. I haven't found any like single strand knots, so I'm not gonna like cut any single strand knots, but what I am gonna do is cut the very edge of my hair, like just like the very tip. I just kind of cut it off because as you guys can see, where right here is like my line of demarcation from when I decided to do a 1 year of no heat. And I actually wanted to talk about that. I kind of regret that. I know that sounds weird to say, especially coming from, I guess, like a natural hair YouTuber or a YouTuber that talks about natural hair, but I definitely regret. I should have put this. I don't know if I had this in my like natural hair regrets video, but I definitely regret the 1 year of no heat in a sense, because I don't feel like I should have done a 1 year of no heat, because my hair is low porosity and it's 4C. So with that 1 year of no heat, I ended up just like losing a lot of hair, especially the hair that wasn't natural. I'll have like pictures to show you guys what my hair used to look like and stuff, but I was just really bothered with how much hair I lost. It really pissed me off because basically all throughout like college and stuff, I did mostly like sew-ins. I was constantly doing sew-ins, which is in a sense a protective style. I wasn't able to hold on to a lot of that hair. By my senior year, I kind of just like started wearing my real hair a lot more, and I guess like I ended up getting a whole bunch of heat damage. But at the time, because my hair was kind of just used to being like heat damage or whatever, I wasn't getting a lot of breakage. But immediately when I stopped putting heat in my hair, and I did it for such a long period of time, my hair just started breaking off like crazy. I lost so much hair that I definitely didn't see coming, and my hair went from like waist length to like armpit length. Explain a little bit why I lost so much hair when I was doing my 1 year of no heat. Um, so the hair that I came into it with was heat damaged, complete heat damaged. And I'll just like, pop up a little picture for you guys, but it was completely heat damaged. And it was probably like, it was, I think, it was definitely over 20 inches. It was at that point, I had cut a little bit of it off, so it wasn't waist length anymore. It was like maybe like mid back length, but it was still very, very long. So when you think about that, like I lost almost all of that. Like you could basically like what I have left over from the heat damaged hair is like this little like thin, like this very thin little piece left. Like that is all I have left over from the hair that I kind of started with when I first decided to do a year of one of no heat. And it just kind of sucks because I feel like maybe if I knew that doing 1 year of no heat was basically like going natural again when I first did it, maybe I would have just like gone ahead and cut that hair off or something. I had it still there. It was tangling. My glasses. It was tangling up and mixing up with the new growth and stuff, and it was just breaking the new growth even more than it really needed to be. So I just had a lot of breakage that honestly was just like so unnecessary that I really shouldn't have lost. So yeah, if you're planning on doing any type of like no heat anything, make sure that you're prepared, like make sure you're ready, because it can actually, especially if you're someone with low porosity like me who actually like sometimes heat can be a good thing for your hair, make sure that you look into it and really like plan it well, because and keep your hair stretched while you're doing it, because if you don't, like you're gonna end up like me losing a whole bunch of hair, especially if you are someone who cares about length. You're gonna end up losing a whole bunch of that length with that like no heat challenge. I was doing before, I cut off like any just like long pieces that are very, very thin, just so I can have, because nothing is as bad for natural hair, especially than like uneven ends, because they like to knot up with the rest of your hair and they just cause problems. So right here is about where the less like the rest of my heat damaged hair is, which is a significant amount that's that has gone away. It's kind of sad, but whatever, like what can you do? You just have to wait to let your hair grow back again. But yeah, like that was one of the main reasons I even wanted to start my channel, because I feel like there's a lot of like miseducation, especially when it comes to heat. Now that I've taken my braids out, I'm probably gonna put heat in my hair like once a month or once every 2 months, because I've learned that heat is actually pretty good for my hair. Like blow drying my hair is actually really good because it helps me keep my hair stretched. And without blow drying a lot of times, or like even maybe not blow drying, but what's that thing called, like getting under the dome dryer with like your twist out or your bantu knot out or whatever it is that you have, it works freaking wonders, you guys. And like I said, I massaged the spray in there. And I've been watching like a lot of natural girls who are 4C who basically have said the same thing, that like they definitely utilize heat in their style, that they don't just like run away from it. And yes, like when they do decide to like flat iron or anything that is a large amount of heat, they do it like once a year or like once every 6 months or something like that. But they definitely don't do it a lot. But they definitely use like the dome dryers, and they make sure that they deep condition every week or every 2 weeks, depending on how often they wash their hair. So yeah, and honestly, like having these leftover hairs does make detangling my hair so much harder. So I don't know, I might honestly just like do an impromptu like mini big chop today or pretty soon, because it's making my detangling process way harder than it really needs to be, and it's really starting to piss me off. Like, look how freaking, and it makes your hair really soft too, but look how freaking easy it is to just like, I can like legit run my fingers through my hair. Like, okay, fine. Yeah, like I can pretty much, like my hair is so well detangled with this spray. And honestly, like when I look back on some of the things that I regretted while I was doing my 1 year no heat, not using detangling sprays was definitely one of them, because I feel like a lot of the hair that I lost was due to legit just tangles. Like my hair was tangled, I wasn't detangling enough, because at that point detangling was such a hard process. Like I could not detangle to save my freaking life. So I was very lazy about it, and I paid the price with losing a lot of hair, losing a lot of length. But you know, you live and you learn, and everyone's natural hair journey isn't the same. Everyone's natural hair journey isn't perfect. So I hope you guys can learn from my mistakes. If you have hair like me that is like low porosity and 4C, maybe you'll know now like to not go on a straight like, you know, no heat challenge, because it could, yes, obviously you're gonna gain new growth, but it could also lead to just like a lot of unforeseen breakage and just like unnecessary headaches for you, really. When I get to a place where I can see that like the hair has just completely thinned out a lot and I have like 2 or 3 strands poking out, I just go ahead and cut those off, and it's like, you see, like you can't even see it, like nothing. It's literally like 3 strands of hair that were just like split off for no reason, that were just like left over. And then I just like leave that just in case. I never know what kind of style I'm gonna want, you know?
So the reason I wanted to do this video is because growing up, I always had a bit of a complex because I didn't have any sisters. So I always kind of just felt like I was a little behind when it came to girly things. Like I didn't have a sister to teach me, you know, like certain girly things. But thank goodness for YouTube, because even though like I feel like I'm learning all this stuff very late and just by trial and error, I can then impart all of that stuff to other people so they don't have to make the same mistakes that I made. Make sure that you're using a sort of detangling spray, because it really helps, I promise you. And at this point, I'm basically almost done with my hair, and I'm just finishing up the ends. And yeah, so basically after I get done like doing all of those twists, I just put it up in bantu knots to help it stretch. And as you can see, this is how much hair I lost from my detangling and from my 2 months of braids. It's actually not a lot, because in the past I've lost like 3 times of that. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, learned a lot. And if you have any tips and tricks you use to make sure that you retain the most length after a long-term protective style, go ahead and leave those in the comments down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.